Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Saida Ahmed Rashid. By my side today I have a beautiful guest, a beautiful young lady. Her name is Caroline. She's here to share with us her story. She's a cancer warrior. Welcome, mommy.
Thank you. That introduction. I was feeling like, Thank you very much.
Tell us about you.
Wow. I am online. Most people know me as Caro, your health coach. And well, my name is Caro, and Caro, your health coach came from the fact that, as you said, yes, I am a cancer warrior, 9 years down the line. And by training, I'm an economist. But God had his own other training. So I went through cervical cancer at the age of 27. And that changed my life completely. Because when I was going through the journey, I learned that there are so many other things that we have in our community around us in Africa that we can use to prevent and manage diseases. And those resources, they are in different forms. So as I was looking for different solutions, I had to train. First of all, I trained as an ethnobotanist. Ethnobotanist is where I go to an ethnic group. I understand what is it that they use to prevent and manage diseases. And then what are the resources that we can use to live a healthy lifestyle. As I progressed, in 2018, I was misdiagnosed with breast cancer. That was the 5 years after cervical cancer. And I deep inside my heart, I knew I did not have breast cancer. Yes, I still have the lump. It's still there. But when I was told it's cancerous, I knew it was not cancerous. Like, you know, that deep conviction, yes. I was sure it was not cancer. So I traveled to India. As I was doing my tests and as I met different people, I learned about naturopathy. And naturopathy is where we use the most natural resources to live a healthy lifestyle. And that's when I trained as a naturopathic health coach. And that explains why they call me Caro, your health coach. And I'm always happy to educate people on what are the resources that we can use. And this is one of the many things we are doing today, just giving the information, because resources is not just what you can buy, it's also what you are doing. And I love your YouTube channel. You are creating awareness. You're telling women it's okay, let's learn, let's get to know what is happening to our body, within our body, and around our body. The 9 years I've worked with an NGO, my NGO that I created 9 years ago called Held Sister Foundation. And Held means hold every lady who is in distress.
Wow.
I was in distress. I needed someone to hold me. And then after I got well, I realized so many women are suffering in silence. So many women are embarrassed to talk about cervical cancer, ovarian cancer, uterine cancer. Why? Because they are associated with the reproductive system. And I think it's the African culture, I don't know, but we rarely talk about our private parts. We rarely talk about it. Even myself, when I started talking about it, everyone was like, hey, you are talking too much. So I feel we need to create this awareness, because also the gynecologic cancers, they come with symptoms that are a bit what can we say? Dehumanizing. Because, for example, cervical cancer, women bleed a lot. In the stage 2, stage 3 and 4, you get bleeding severe. When I tell you bleeding, Saida, it is bad. It is bad. It can't be held by pads or pampers. Some women have to use towels. So they are stigmatized by their community.
Yes.
For ovarian cancer, women get discharge that smells so strong and so bad. And most of them are stigmatized, or they're hiding. I'm sure maybe there's a woman who is listening or watching us and wondering what is happening to my body. Even breast cancer, we've seen women who are coming to us when the breast is already oozing some blood or some pus, and it's because they were hiding the whole time. So it's time we talked about it, and we said that cancer is not the end of the world. I mean, unless I told you I went through it, you would not even imagine. I'm not the only person. I've seen men and women survive cancer even when it's in stages 3 and 4. But my main concern is the kind of support we are giving our patients.
Yes.
Because I'm telling you for free that the day the doctor tells you the word cancer, you don't hear anything else. your world just comes down crashing.
You see death.
You just see death immediately. So if you don't have the right support system, you will not be able to survive. There are so many people I've also watched when they had the best doctors, they had the best treatment, they did not care about what they were eating during the process. That is where now Caro, your health coach, comes in and guides you on how do you boost your immunity naturally to be able to withstand the kind of treatments that you're going through. At the same time, you can have the best treatment, you can have the best food, but your mind is not in right order.
Absolutely.
So when your mind is not in the right place, healing is not possible. So I feel, and that is what I've been doing the past 9 years. Solely, that is literally what I've been doing, providing the psychological support, providing the nutrition support. And when we talk about the nutrition, for me, when I was sick, I consulted some few nutritionists, but the things they were recommending to me, they were either expensive or they were foreign. Like, for example, there's someone who, if you told them to take broccoli, they wouldn't know where to get the broccoli. They wouldn't know what a broccoli is.
Absolutely.
Whereas maybe in their village, they have dandelion, which grows naturally. So if only you can teach them what is indigenous, the indigenous and locally available plants that we can use. Because in every community, there's an answer to our health.
Have you accepted that you are now cancer warrior?
Yes, but it didn't take one day. Incidentally, I had the choice of treatment. First of all, I refused to do chemotherapy and radiotherapy. I'm stubborn. So I did surgery and I removed my reproductive system. It means that I can't be able to carry a child.
Completely?
Yes, at the age of 27.
When that is the time that now you need to focus on having a family, having kids, but at the age of 27, you decided to do that.
Yes, and it did not make sense to so many people, but for me, it's because I didn't want to do chemo and radio, and not because I had any reason. I had just chosen that. So I did not deal with it immediately. I've grown up a very strong woman, strong-willed, and I told myself I'll do it. I'll survive. So immediately after surgery, I got well. I left. I quit my job. That time I was working for USAID. I quit my job, and I said I'm going to help other women. I forgot to deal with my issue.
Yes,
so the whole time I was just laughing and telling people, oh, maybe even my uterus was eaten by dogs. 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, I fell into a serious depression. I almost went psycho, because I had never dealt with the kind of pain I went through. Yes. So it took me 4 years to realize I needed to face the reality. In between, I have gone for ultrasound to confirm. You feel like, ama niliota, ama maybe it's not me maybe I still have a uterus, just maybe.
Yes, you have not accepted it.
Yes, I had not accepted. For 4 clean years, I pretended to be strong. Okay, well, I didn't know I was pretending, but most women and most people who are told they are strong, you are forced to even act strong even when you are not strong.
Absolutely.
So I crashed.
It's the only way to be.
Yes, so when I crashed is when now I started accepting. I had to be taken even to the I don't know, it's called the insulator in the hospital to be explained to what they do with the body parts. That is when I got closure and accepted that this happened. I will not be able to carry a child. I have never attended a baby shower. I am not able to do that. I used to cry when I see a pregnant woman, but now I no longer do that, and I have accepted, and I'm out here helping where I can.
Maybe there is a woman who is listening to you there.
Yes.
What will you tell a young lady who is watching you? Mostly, I want to send this message to my people in northern region, in Kenya, northeastern region. A lot of our women, they are going through this. They don't accept to go on for checkup. There's some people, there's, I think, free. I don't know if it is free in Kenya. You do pap smear. For us women, we are being advised from the age of 21 to go and do that pap smear just to know, or the breast examination. Yes. But there's a lady who is very poor in a remote area. But maybe she has that signs and symptoms, although maybe it is stage 3, maybe the last stages. what can you advise those beautiful young ladies who are very young and they are suffering in silence through maybe cancer or something else? They can't afford, others can afford, but
They're scared.
they are scared, they don't want to remove. Is there any other option that you can advise them, and where can they get this help?
Yes, of course. As Carol, I chose to remove my reproductive health as a personal choice. I had several other options. Cervical cancer, from what I've learned and from what I've seen, it has stages. There are women who are actually very scared when they are told they have precancerous cells. But precancerous cells are not as bad. There is something they can do called cone biopsy. If it has grown too much. If it is still very early stages, they can do cryotherapy, where they freeze the area of the cervix and they are able to protect the other parts of the reproductive system. The cone biopsy just takes the cervix, so it retains the uterus. There are different types of surgeries that can be done and still save you. There is chemotherapy, there is radiotherapy, there is immunotherapy, there is hormonotherapy. There are so many different therapies. But only if you're willing to understand what your doctor will say, you're willing to research, you're willing to open up. Now, the challenge comes in if you have a very rigid mentality that I must have children tomorrow or in future. And maybe, unfortunately, like for me, the cervix is round. Cervical cancer can grow either round or it can go up. Unfortunately for me, it had only taken one side and it had gone to the mouth of the uterus. So if that is the case, or maybe you're in stage 3 or stage 4, stop insisting that you must have children and then you lose your life. Do your checkup and talk to people and get to know which is more important. Is it getting the child and then losing the life, or is saving your life the most important? As Saida is saying, there are so many women who are afraid of going for the test. I was one of them. That the pap smear that saved my life was the very first pap smear I ever did. So you'd rather know. Don't be afraid. There are others who will tell me, I don't want to go and sendi kupanua miguu kwa mwanaume, but it doesn't make sense because you still want to give birth. It doesn't make sense. Just go. It's not painful. It is not. It's no longer as expensive as it was. We have a program called Kizazi Chetu, where the partners have people who provide pap smears, and below pap smear we have something else we call Via Vili. And so via Villa, they are able to check in your local clinic. If you just go to the local clinic, and I think it's free, that one. Pap smear, the most expensive in a private hospital, could be maybe maximum, on the very high side, 2,000 shillings. In a government hospital, it should be 50 shillings. In between the government hospital and a private hospital, it should be 500 shillings. Go to any of the reproductive health related programs and you will get the pap smear. Other than that, understand and listen to your body. Your body is always communicating. The moment you see you have lower abdominal pains, the moment you have bleeding, women wait for the excess bleeding. Sometimes it's the spotting. It is not the end. It could be a beginning of a new life. It gave me a new life. It could give you a new life. Don't be scared. Let's take charge of our bodies.
Wow, thank you so much, Caro.
You're welcome.
What a message. What a beautiful life experience you went through.
Thank you.
You must be a very strong woman. Me sitting here with you at the age of 33 thinking of not having another kid in future, for sure, I'm not happy. I'm just shocked. I didn't believe that I will one day meet you and talk about this. Thank you so much. As you have heard, my guest today, she was talking about cancer. I know girls outside there, some are going through this. Come out, speak about it, go get help. She said, listen to your body. Your body is everything. Feel free if you want her contact to talk to her. She will advise you more because I'm not a specialist in this. I'm even wondering, she has been saying a lot of scientific words, and wherever I don't understand anything. But I hope one day, one time, we will get contact with her and she will tell you more about it. Thank you so much for listening to me and my guest today. Caro, asante sana, karibu sana, and feel free any day, anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Till next time, it's your girl Saida Ahmed Rashid.